Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Breaking Bells. What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Bells. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the coolest piece of toast in all the land. What is up, Toasty? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am very well. So, listen, there's some people right now that don't really know who you are, or people that are from your side might not know who I am, and all that stuff. And like, the thing is Toast and I, we met when we were playing New Leaf one time. We met through there. Both of us were playing. We connected through a message board or something like that, and we started playing New Leaf together. We only played one time, but we stayed, friendly and talked and all that stuff. But I knew that you were a huge fan of Animal Crossing. You do Sims 4, right? Sims 4, what you play?
Yeah.
You do that on YouTube, but real quickly, for those that don't know you, introduce yourself, let them know what you do on the internet and all that stuff, and so the floor is yours.
All right. Well, I'm Toast, Tiff, but a lot of people, I somehow ended up with the name Toast, and I stuck with it. I just went with it. I'm really unimaginative, so all my names everywhere is ToastPlaysStuff, because if you're going to call me Toast, I might as well go with it.
Yeah.
YouTube Sims 4. I've done a little bit of Minecraft recently, but just overall Animal Crossing addict, which is where I got you.
Yeah. It's funny too, because I wouldn't take you for like someone that plays Minecraft, but that's kind of like, but it's cool because it has a creator elements to it. Like you're basically creating stuff, and like that's the same thing with Sims. Like you're modifying and building terrain and doing all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And that's essentially what you do most of the time with the Sims 4. Is like you're building, right? I guess they call it fast. They call it fast builds or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But we were talking off air a little bit a second ago, and you were like, you don't really have anything to offer as far as Animal Crossing goes.
I don't. I haven't unlocked the tool yet, and it's killing me.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you have the whole picture app. Like, you can take pictures and all that stuff. And, like, do you collect Amiibo?
I don't have any. Actually, I was really excited because, like, GameStop was running a big sale, and I was going to go pick up my game and get my first Amiibos, and I was so pumped. And then, like, the virus hit, and Ohio shut down. So then I'm going to pick up my game, and I go to walk in, and I see somebody's ahead of me, and I know they have, like, this 3-person rule, and you gotta stay 6 feet away. I'm cool with that. I'm like, I'll just go look at the Amiibos while this other guy's at the counter. And next thing you know, like, I walk in the door, and the guy's like, "Are you here for your game?" "Yep." "Okay, there you go." And I'm out the door. I'm like, I didn't even get my Amiibos.
They were very rushy. Like, I had gone there. I bought the game digitally because I was like, I gotta just have the convenience of having it all the time. I learned that with the 3DS pretty quickly. I was like, I did buy physical for the 3DS, but then not long after, I was like, I need to have this digital. I hate popping the cartridge out and carrying it. So, but when I went to go pick up the physical copy, because I gotta, like I have to have this game. I can't not have it in my collection. And same thing. Like, it was like, you walked in, you know what you want? I'm here for Amazon. Okay, here you go. And it's like, dude, I can't even look around. But that's because I don't know if your store was similar to mine. Like, they held us outside. They wouldn't let us in the store.
Oh.
So, like, I walk up, and they're like, they formed a line here. And then someone else came up, and they're like, please stand 6 feet behind him. And I was like, this is weird. They wouldn't even let us touch the door. Like, they had an associate opening the door, closing the door. Yeah, it was nuts.
I heard that. I kind of, like, I called them because I had gotten a call the day before saying, hey, we're going to actually release this game the day early, and then we're going to do your game, but we're going to open at 9, and we're actually opening at noon typically now. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But then I was getting, like, tips from all my coworkers and stuff, like, have you heard about the game? And they're releasing early. And I'm like, no. Well, the guy told me no. He told me it was Doom releasing early, which I'm like, I kind of missed the boat on that one. And then I called them to make sure they're going to be open the next day, because there was a big are they, aren't they, because they're not essential to a lot of people.
Well,
so I was worried. I'm like, I need my game. If I'm in lockdown, I've been out of work since mid-March, beginning of March. And I'm like, I need my game. I need it bad. And I called them and he goes, oh yeah, we're handing them out now if you want to come. I'm like, well, yeah, I got my car keys. I'm gone. So I didn't have to wait in any lines. And I was like, I posted a picture online that I had the game. And a lot of people were like, how do you even have this? I'm like, I've got connections. I want to sound like, well, it's just, I called the store.
That's funny. Okay, so let's stop for a second. Let's pump the brakes here for a second. Let's back up. I want to go through a little bit of history with you because you've never been on the show before, and I like to start this. I like to start every episode off like this, especially when it's somebody new. So 3 questions. We're gonna come out the gates with that. What is the first Animal Crossing game that you ever played?
The GameCube. I got it on the GameCube, kind of like it was one that I heard. It was like at that time there wasn't wide internet. Everybody's talking about this game, so I kind of heard it around school and stuff, and I'm like, it sounds kind of cool, but I don't know if it's really for me. And I looked at it in the game store. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend the money on this. And at the time, it's not like I was spending my money. I was spending my parents' money. But I was like, oh, do I want that or do I want this? And I'm sitting outside on my porch one day because for some reason that's something we used to do is just hang out on my porch. And my brother comes up after school and he walked home and he's like, hey, didn't you want this game? And he hands me this smushed run over copy of Animal Crossing, and I'm like, sure. I don't think it's gonna work, dude. And I open up the case, it's not scratched or anything. I'm like, well, hey, there we go. I've got Animal Crossing, and I was hooked.
That's amazing. That's a story. It's funny because I said to you yesterday, like, don't just tell me the first one. Like, give me a little story. That's a story. I like it. I like that.
Right. Walking home from school and you see this smush copy and you're like, oh, my sister has a GameCube. Maybe she'll like this game.
That's crazy. So what is your favorite Animal Crossing? Besides, I don't want to hear New Horizons. Up to New Horizons, what was your favorite Animal Crossing game?
Up until New Horizons, it'd be New Leaf. I sunk a lot of time into that game, and even like doing the whole pattern on the ground every couple feet, and I got really, really into like even the design aspect of that and sharing my designs on Tumblr and stuff.
Oh wow, okay. That's the thing with me. Like I really fell into that game deep in terms of like I had always with Animal Crossing, but like doing paths and doing designs and all this stuff, and like it to me was really fun. Like I just fell in head over heels with that game.
Oh yeah.
What is your favorite memory from Animal Crossing?
I remember like even in the beginning on the GameCube and stuff, I would have my friend over constantly, so I set her up with a house, and then my brother would play it, and he didn't play it really enough. So I would do the daily stuff, and I would sell the fruit, and I would make all the money just doing bland everyday tasks. And then he would randomly decide like, oh, I'm gonna play that game today. I'm like, okay, you go ahead and get on, whatever, go fish or something. And he's like, okay, and he gets in and there's no fruit, there's nothing to dig up, and he's mad at me all the time, and I'm like, I play, I can't help it if I play. This is the day you decide to play. So I would like troll him with money bags outside my house. and it was a fun little competitive thing. And then my friend, I would leave her money bags outside of her house and be like, you pay off that.
Jesus. That's funny. That's good stuff. Okay, so so you played GameCube. Did you play Wild World?
I did play Wild World. Yeah.
What are some thoughts about?
I didn't get as into it for some reason. I don't know what it was.
See, Wild World is so hit or miss with people, and for me, it's a miss. And I think it was a massive change because it felt like you were on a log, right? It's the first time they did that. Which I mean, that's the same way with this game too. But like, it was so drastic in that one. Like when you were used to playing that top down, and then it switches to that log.
Oh, yeah.
That whole vibe, that whole feel was really, really off-putting, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, me too. And it was so bare bones. Like, there's no holidays in that game. Like, there's just stuff missing from that game. I mean, they added some stuff that was kind of cool, but what about City Folk?
Oh, yeah. City Folk. Yeah. Going up to the shopping district every day was everything. I was like, oh, I haven't paid my bills. I'm going to go shopping.
I remember.
And then you got to hop in and get your reaction. And
yes, that's true. I remember the first time I went up to the city, and I went into Gracie's, And
Oh,
I had no, like, I had never really unlocked Gracie per se in the previous game, so I really didn't know what she was all about. And I walked in there and I was like, dude, everything is so expensive. Like,
I
I'm
know.
like, it's like 3 million bells to buy all this stuff. And like, back then, I had no concept of making money quickly, or the things I need to do or what I need to do. And like, it's really, it was bad. Like, I saw that stuff and I was like, I want it so bad. I can't afford it. And like, I would be right up to the wire of like, cause she'd have it for a season, and I'd be
Yep.
right up to the wire of like buying everything. And then finally, I just got everything. I was like, oh, this is amazing. So,
I never got really into her. I don't know. I was like you. I was like, man, this is so expensive. And I was like, I would get a little bit, but I'm like, man, Gracie, love you, can't afford you.
no kidding, right? It was nuts. Okay, so then we go to New Leaf, which you played, you put a lot of time into. Did you mess with Happy Home Designer at all?
I didn't. That was one that you and I like geeked out about, and we were all excited about it. And then I never even really played around with it or got the chance.
It felt like it was a great idea, but it was just so short-sighted in terms of like how much depth there was into that game. Like, what I love about this game is you can actually use the Happy Home Designer mode, where you can actually like move furniture around. Like, you could do that with.
That's where that came from.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't do that.
Oh my god, it was amazing. And to me, it was like when I played Happy Home Designer, I was like, oh, this feature has to be in Animal Crossing. Like, gotta move this to Animal Crossing. And they did, thank God. Like, they actually, the first time they did it was when they did the update for New Leaf called Welcome Amiibo. And that's when when that update came through, that's when they implemented it, and then everything kind of fell into place at that point. I don't believe, if I'm not mistaken, you never owned a Wii U, right?
Not for. I didn't have Animal Crossing on that. No.
Well, I mean, like,
but it was like
Amiibo Festival was the only one. The only one that came out was Amiibo Festival. So, so you didn't play that, obviously. So then now we're going to move forward, and we hit. Well, you know, before we get there, in your time with Animal Crossing, what type of player are you? Like, do you collect bugs? Do you not care about that stuff? Is it just designing stuff? Like, what is the thing that like gets you fired up when you go into Animal Crossing?
I mean, up until now, like the museum to me is important, especially the way the museum is now. I am all about that, and like I would always give stuff to Blathers, but if it wasn't the first one, it wasn't the big deal. And now I'm very meticulous. Like, this is the first of everything. Blathers gets it, and I'm going to build up the museum and then sell everything else. And now I'm to this point where if I don't get something, like I missed the one fish last month, I'm so bummed, but I don't do time traveling, so I was like, maybe I will.
Did you miss the stringfish?
I did. I missed the stringfish. I looked everywhere. I'm like, I give up.
Why didn't you message me? You should have messaged me. I would have told you where to go. I should have. Oh my god.
You got the lowdown, because I even, like, the tarantula thing, I finally, last night, I had to do 2 islands. The first one, it was Water Bug Island. There was nothing. Water bugs everywhere. But then, like, next island, I chop everything down, and I've got all these tarantulas. I'm like, yes, go Bobby.
That's the thing. Like, it's funny because, like, I'm doing all these videos, and I'm doing all this content, right? And I'm like, it feels like everything I've done up to this point finally makes sense. Like, all my time I put into these other games, like, okay, now it makes sense because I can take this stuff and translate it into something. It's fun. It's a blast. And so I'm always trying to like figure out what's the next one to do. What's the next video to do? If I would have, I did think about doing one for the stringfish, but I was like, I don't have enough time. I'm gonna put this video up, and then there's just not enough time to it. But I had a few people reach out to me. Friends of mine were like, "Where is this thing at?" And I was like, "It's really easy."
I don't even want to hear that.
It is so easy. It is so easy. First step, you had to make a whole bunch of bait, right? You just make bait, and then you go up one tier to the second tier, and basically where the waterfall comes off and hits, and then the way my island is, there's a waterfall. There's like a little pond with a waterfall that goes down. It hits, and then it goes down, and it drops again. That little river there. And it was only like this far. Like, it was only like a little gap. And I just sat there and I kept throwing bait in. And if I got a little fish, I didn't catch it. I just threw another set of bait, And it took me 22 baits, and then I caught it. And that was it. I was like, perfect, I'm out.
That's not bad. I saw on the Reddit that people were talking about how they used hundreds of baits before they got one. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just the time alone to make, like, if they would implement like a batch making in the craft. I love the crafting aspect.
Oh, it's amazing.
The going back in and coming out, and yeah, you got a bait. And I was like, I've collected so many clams, but I'm like, oh man, I don't want to go in and make all that bait.
The one night it only took me 20, right? And I have a friend of mine here, Slimer. He 7 hours trying to get
oh my god,
and literally didn't do it. And I think part of it was because we were all like in and out. See, here's the thing. He made the mistake of telling us that he lives in Hawaii. So he's 6 hours behind us. So when our stores all shut down, all night long he's getting requests. Can you open up the gate so I can come sell? Because you can still sell, but if you sell to the box, it's less money. So myself, a friend of mine, Edelwolf, and Voide, we would go collect all these like tarantulas or different like high money bugs. And then it was like, hey man, can you open your gates? Because I don't want to sell these at a discounted price. I want to get top dollar price. And he's like, sure, why not? I'll open up. But like, I think that was part of the problem because he left his gates open. And I think because us coming in and out and all that stuff, it was just knocking it out of whack a little bit. So anyway, so the other thing is, yeah, exactly. So then the other thing was I went to go do the tuna and the blue marlin. And for those, it took me 60 bait to get, and they're on the dock. So I was baiting the water at the dock so I got them, they're done, and I'm better. I just don't like the baiting. Like it takes long. It really does. It does. Okay, so let's jump into New Horizons. What's your first impressions? What's some thoughts? What's some things that get you excited about this game that you like to play?
Just like the customization and all the new things they've thrown in this game. Oh my god. I get so excited every time I unlock something. I'm just so stoked all over again. I'm sitting there with like my Switch in my hand. I'm like, oh yeah, do something else. I'm all about everything they've like added, and it's gorgeous. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with half of my snapshots that I keep taking, because like right now my Instagram is full of Animal Crossing. Yeah. And it's just stupid stuff that I find funny or cute. I'm like, it's so pretty. I just have to keep taking pictures.
Are you taking pictures? Like you're jumping into pictures? Yeah. Or are you just taking screenshots?
Pictures. Yeah. I'm using the whole camera mode. Now that's I'm such a sucker for like a special screenshot function in a game that I can't avoid it. I can't.
The crazy thing is I've never been that person. And now literally I'll shoot videos and I literally go and pose and take pictures for the video, for my thumbnail. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, it's so quick, so easy. And then, like, I have a secondary Twitter account set up. And what I do is I actually post it, because you can't email for some reason. So I post it to the secondary Twitter, and then go on my actual Twitter and go download the picture, and then I take that picture and I put the thumbnail together with it. But I love the pictures. It is amazing. Like, I'm like, give me more of this. I just want more of this. So.
It's just so pretty. Like I'll be like coming up over the hill, and I'm like, oh man, that sunset. I need a picture of this. And it is kind of a hassle, because it's like I post it to my Facebook, but I have it so that it's coming from the Switch. It's private, so nobody else can see it. So I'm constantly posting however many, like 5 pictures at a time on my Facebook, going and stealing them off on my phone and then deleting the post. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these, but I need them all.
It's seriously crazy. It's serious. And I've done Photopia a little bit, right? So I went to Photopia the one day, and I'm like, I just don't like this. I don't like Photopia per se. It would be better if, like, it's just weird. It's like you're putting the thing. I would rather just go around, design the town, and take a picture in the elements of the game itself.
Yeah.
To me, that's just more fun.
Yeah.
You talked about the museum a little bit. This, like, your impressions of the museum on this one.
Oh, I can't even. Every time I put something in there, I immediately am like, okay, Blathers, you go back to sleep. I gotta go. I gotta go see this thing in here. I gotta see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And the way they've done, like, the schoolfish swarming up in circles in, like, a tube. I'm like, oh, they really killed it on this one. I can't even, like, and it's so small in this town. And then you go inside. Oh, it's so gorgeous.
Real quick, let's bounce back to something real quick. If you're looking for a stringfish, try to find a friend that lives in the southern hemisphere, and then you can go there and fish and get the ones you need. Because let's be honest, you're probably going to put a year into this game easily anyway.
Oh, at least.
So if you only have to go around a year to catch one fish to complete your museum, I don't think that's, and it'll come back before that anyway. So you'll be fine. You'll be all right. Just, yeah.
I'm not too concerned about it, but it's still like that whole what show was it from? Fairly Odd Parents meme. It's like, this is where I would put my stringfish if I had. Like, oh, and every time I see somebody like post a picture, like, I got my stringfish at like 5 minutes to midnight. Like, oh, you lucky duck.
That's rough. That's rough. Yeah, it's just crazy with that. So, where exactly are you in terms of like how far along are you in the game?
I have like this problem where I want to do a little bit of everything. So I've got a second bridge going, and I'm halfway through paying that off, and then I've got my house. I just paid off my house to go to the second room, so I'll have one extra room. So I'm pretty excited about that, but I'm just waiting for the terraforming and stuff, and everything is sort of in a layout in my town so that I have everything in one place, and I know where I want to move things in the future, but I'm not quite there yet, where I'm like, your house is going way over there. Not yet.
So I just unlocked terraforming last night, and I am like so lost in my head already because there's so much I want to do, but I'm so afraid that I'm literally, because okay, I tinkered with it. I streamed last night, and then I shut the stream off. And I tinkered with it for about 30 minutes last night before I like shut down and went to bed. And I had a bridge that came in, and I had a light post next to the bridge on the one side, and I was like, okay. So I went over and I put paths down, and the paths are so seamless and smooth. And like the fact of like the wiping, and it makes the corners curve. And I built this area where it's kind of like it's a straight area, comes off the bridge, and then it half moons on the one side, and then it's got the light post. Well, then I go back to the house and I find a bench, a log bench, and I customize it and I change the color of it so it's like a whitish log. And then I put that down, and I'm like, my God, this is addicting already. Like I'm 30, and I'm like, I gotta stop. I'll be up till 2:00 in the morning just customizing this town. So I think tomorrow what I'm going to do is, because tomorrow's Saturday, I'm going to actually just go in and stream from like 1:00, 2:00 straight up until KK shows up. And then that's when I'm going to shut down and watch KK and then shut down the stream at that point. But so
all the KK's coming.
What's that?
All that KK's coming for you.
Dude, KK's amazing, dude. And that's the thing, like that's the final, piece to everything. Like that's, to me, like that's where now it's starting to get like, it's starting to feel more like Animal Crossing. I think the weird thing is up to the point until KK shows up, it doesn't feel like Animal Crossing. Like I know I'm playing Animal Crossing, but it just feels like a totally different game. Just because,
I know.
Because you're used to a town. You're used to, hey man, go take this package to this guy, or go do these flowers. And even the way they handle the flowers in this game is totally different. Like you used to be able to just pick them up, and now it's like, no, if you do the pickup, it just rips the tops off. You got to actually shovel them up, and it's like it's taking a little bit to get it all in my head. Anyway,
I like that. I like the crafting aspect of not just, I'm gonna go buy a shovel and I'm gonna have the shovel forever. And it's except that that's when my tools break. I really inopportune times. Like, I made Tarantula Island yesterday, and then my net's gone, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to pay for that. I'm like, otherwise, I'm great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that it's not so easy, and it takes a little bit of work.
It does, and it feels like you're earning more than you have in other Animal Crossing games. Like, it feels like when you unlock something, like, hey man, I really unlocked this. I earned it. I worked for it. I got it. You know. Although you're right. I hate the breaking of the tools sometimes. Like, oh, it's so annoying. How many inventory slots do you have opened up?
I think I got them all.
Okay, so you got 4 rows. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you really, like, if you did the tarantulas last night, like, you went in big time.
Oh yeah.
Like, you got them all.
Oh yeah. And I mean, the only issue is if it's not Tarantula Island, and I'm telling you, these islands, it's the worst luck. I'm getting my native fruits, and I'm getting the same fish and everything else, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I've spent so many miles and I'm getting nothing out of this. So I finally made Tarantula Island. It's just the spawn rates are totally different, so I'm running around in circles. I'm like, come on, tarantulas, come at me. And then I feel like on the island it'd be a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah, I the thing is when I got it the first time, it was legitimate Tarantula Island, because there's a legitimate one that's all that spawns, and I got that one, and man, it freaked me out the first time, because I was like, I'm like, dude, they're just all over the place, like, and they just keep respawning, and it's like you catch it, and I was like, okay, and I'm like dropping tools, and I'm like, okay, this is important. These things are important now. But I think I've learned that, like, the way to handle this particular game is you need to just make it where you're going a couple times, at least a day, to the island. Then you start to unlock these other islands. Like, I've seen them all so far. To my knowledge, I've seen them all. I've seen, like, the Money Island. I've seen the Tarantula Island. I've seen the different builds of them. I think it's a matter of, like, in my Discord, I posted, like, a photo of all the different styles and kind of, like, what they represent and, like, what you can do. Because everything kind of has its own little niche to it.
Yeah.
Like, the bamboo one is all the bamboo, obviously. Then there's also a butterfly one that's basically just hybrids, which is, that's amazing, man.
Oh, I want that so bad. I've been to Money Island twice. I don't know how. That's the one. I mean, I don't hate it. I love the bell, but I would like to get, like, the hybrid flowers, because I wake up every morning. The first thing I do is I grab my Switch. I'm like, I gotta see what flowers I got. I gotta see if I got any hybrids, because I'm stupid excited about those for some reason.
Do you
like, I this island?
Do you try to grow them? Do you know what you're?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got, like, 4 different little setups where this one will give me pink flowers and this one will give me orange roses, and like, because my native flower was a rose, so I'm like, I kind of locked out there, because that's what I was really hoping for. I was making my island, and I'm like, I tell you what, if I get, like, pears and an ugly flower, I'm gonna be so mad. Like, but I got peaches and roses, so that's something.
I got pears and mums, so I got I got exactly what you didn't want. I got, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go. I cursed you. That's what you get for starting a day early.
This is true. This is true. Listen, it was the greatest day of my life. It was amazing.
I bet. I was watching you. I'm like, oh, this is killing me.
Oh, it was, man. Let me tell you what. I literally, like, I took that week off of work, and everybody was like, "What did you do on your vacation?" I'm like, I just stayed home. They're like, "Oh, you got ripped, man," because I was just like, I couldn't do anything anyway. I couldn't go anywhere. Everything's pretty much on lockdown. Like, I can't go to a place. And they're like, "Oh, you got ripped." I'm like, no, it was amazing. It was amazing. I was like, I felt like I was 15 years old again, playing my NES, like, and just hanging out every day, just playing. But except for the difference was, I didn't have my dad walk in the room saying, "Get the hell outside. Like, go outside and play. Like, you don't need to be playing on this game thing all day." So it was like, they were the only times. That's why I used to like rain days, like in the summer times.
Oh yeah.
Because he never used to make me go out. He'd be like, "Okay, you can play. It's raining, you can stay inside." But now it's like, whatever.
I didn't have that when I was a kid. I was like a big bookworm. I still am, but it was like, on a nice sunny day, it's like, would you go outside? And I would take my book outside and be like, yeah, well, like whatever, I can take it with me. I couldn't do that with video games at the time, but
Yeah.
now
Oh,
I
now,
would
yeah, I'd
definitely.
be like, I take my Switch, be like, all right, pops, I'll see you later.
Well, yeah, I was so hyped up about this game. I work in a store where we sell Animal Crossing like merchandise. And
Oh,
I was so hyped up every time a customer came in, and I was like, this game, right? This game. And they're like, I know. And then it was building up to a couple days to release. And
mhm.
every time somebody came to the checkout and I saw they were holding something Animal Crossing like 9 days. And they're like, oh, I know. And it was so much excitement. And I was supposed to go to Florida. I'm supposed to be in Florida right now, except for this whole thing came through. I was like, and it was supposed to be like this road trip with my mom. We're going to do a girls trip. And I'm like, just so you know, my Switch is coming. Like,
Yeah.
I'm excited for this game. It's coming with me. And now I'm like, well, at least I don't have to be like feeling bad sitting on vacation in Florida and in the room on my Switch.
Yeah. The crazy thing, though, here's the thing with the Switch. This is what's so amazing about the Switch. Back when, like, on the other versions of Animal Crossing, right? If you were going to take a vacation, you needed to, like, protect your town. So you would have to, like, if you had like Jacob's ladders, you had to take them inside. If you had like hybrids, you had to take them inside. Like I remember like going away during the Wii, right? And I'm like for city folk, and I'm literally like cramming my house with any flowers I had, and all this stuff. 'Cause like I can't lose this stuff. Like this stuff takes so much time to grow, man. So it was
Yeah.
it was
I
interesting.
still kind of live by that mindset though. Like I I I don't water every flower anymore
Mm-hmm.
unless I want, if they're like decorative,
Yeah,
then I'll water them, but I don't, it's not like a big deal. I don't want them to repopulate because that's a decorated area. But if I'm trying to get hybrids, those sections are
yeah,
where I'm watering like really heavy.
yeah.
And I still water all my hybrids because I'm like, "Oh, you're precious and I used to lose you."
Yeah, well, here's the
I can't
thing.
do that.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. These flowers don't seem to be dying at all. Like,
I kind of left some where I haven't watered them
yeah,
in a while just to see if they would die because I'm like, I used to lose flowers all the time because I
yeah.
would have to like take a couple days break for whatever reason. I come back and all my flowers are gone. Like, this
It's
is weird.
it's weird. Like, I literally just stopped watering just to
Mm.
see, and then like I'm running around the town every day, and I have not seen a single solitary brown flower anywhere because that's what I used to do. Like, obviously when you're in the beginning stages you're watering everything, but like once you'll hit a certain point where it's like, listen man, I am not taking 30 to 40 minutes a day watering flowers because that's the way it would be. Like I literally, like in New Leaf, I had like hybrids lining all the walkways and all the paths. It was like I would be like
Yeah.
for hours water, although with New Leaf I just set it to perfect town after I heard a certain point, and I didn't have to worry about anything getting dead or anything like that. But like,
Yeah.
like that was the ordinance. I said almost perfect town, and so that was fine. But like previous games, you didn't have that, so I would literally sit there for 30, 40 minutes watering everything, and I was worried
Yeah.
about this game. I haven't had a single one turn brown on me, so it's weird.
No, I haven't yet. I'm so thankful for that, and
Mhm.
especially because I like the crafting. I do not like getting halfway through my water or through my flowers trying to create hybrids. So I still have these sections, these chunks that I have to water every
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Like I get halfway through and I gotta run back. I broke a watering can.
That is okay. Let's real talk. Whose watering can breaks ever?
Right?
Ever?
But especially the metal one. I could see the flimsy one that
Yes.
can break, but I thought once I moved up to metal, it would be fine. No, it breaks just as fast. I feel it's killing me.
That's the dumbest thing. And I agree. I feel like the areas where I've gotten hybrids are the areas that I water. Like if I don't water anything, I don't tend to get any hybrids. If I go through and water all my sections the next day, it seems like it triggers hybrids. So, and definitely like after it rains, there's hybrids popped all over the place. So
Oh yeah,
it's pretty awesome. I'm loving that part of it.
rain days. These are still my favorite days. Like it used to be, I would pop into the game. It's raining. I'm like, don't have to water
Oh,
flowers. And today it's still like it's raining. It's like, okay, I don't have to water my flowers, but it's not as bad. It's not like the huge chore it used to be. Like
yeah.
rain days used to be the saviors. I'm like, I'm gonna have so much time today to do what I want.
Exactly. The best, but be honest. The best is it rains for an hour, and then the hour changes, and the rain goes away for the day. It's like, well, there we go. I ain't got to do nothing.
Yep, exactly. Like just enough to water those flowers. It could rain for 5 minutes. I don't care as long as that part is done.
Exactly. People in the chat. No, Cruiser. You know what, Cruiser? Send me the hat. I'll wear it. You tell me you're going to send me a Blue Jays hat. You can send me a Blue Jays hat. I'll wear it. Give me a Montreal's Expos hat. That'd be better if you could do that. That's old school stuff. Okay, so what are some things... Okay, let's go through this. So you have Nook's Cranny.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get the Able Sisters yet?
I do. I got them 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm sorry, I haven't worn the same clothes for a whole day yet.
I literally, that's like when I start my stream. That's like, okay, chat, let's go dress me up, and I go in there and I start like picking my outfits and stuff. But now with the Able Sisters, it's like, okay, chat, let's go buy an outfit. So I go down and I'm like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever, man.
I love the getting changed. I love that you can go to a mirror now, and it's just, you can go through everything, and the whole Able Sisters going into the changing room, like, this is a game changer in any color that you want, because it used to be something would come, you're like, oh, it's in purple, I don't want it in purple, so you have to wait. And I'm like, this is amazing, and I actually feel bad going to Mabel, and I always, for some reason, I befriend the ones that don't want to be friends. So I'm like, hey, how's it going? And it's like, step away from the seamstress. And the way she says that, I'm like, wow. I'm like, okay, maybe she's not the same in this game. She's gonna like sew me into this cloth or something.
It's the first time I walked into that changing room and all the options popped up, I lost my mind. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Because here's the thing. There was certain outfits that were one color, that's it.
Yep.
This, you get a jacket, and it comes in 4 or 5 different colors. And it's like...
You have to wait.
I'm like, I can't afford all this. I literally want to buy everything. I'm like, this is madness, man. This is probably... Man, the thing is, in my mind's eye, I knew what I wanted from New Horizons, right? I thought, okay, I want a game that's like New Leaf, but just more control... More power per se than the mayor. But how do you get that? Like, what do you become, the president of the I don't know. Like, what do you get? Yeah, like, what do you get in this, right? So then they create this, and I'm like, I did not see this coming, and it is the best ever, man. Like,
oh yeah, I love it. That's one of the things I get so excited about every day. I'm like, I'm gonna go jump in this changing room and see all the combinations I can make. It's like something. I wake up every day so excited to play this game. I'm like, I gotta do something. There's so much I need to look at.
It's I just can't, man. I literally fire up. Although I want the next phase of Nook's Cranny. I hate my Nook's Cranny. Like, it's there's so much stuff missing from it. Like, it's so lowbrow in terms of like what you can buy in there. Like, I'm looking for the furniture sets, and they don't bring any of that stuff in here yet. Like, it isn't until they get the second upgrade that they start to bring that stuff in. And I'm like, man, let's go. Like, come on. I'm hearing conflicting rumors too. I'm hearing that it takes 28 days to unlock it. It's not really necessarily tied to your money the way it was in previous games. So I'm like, I don't want to wait 28 days to upgrade the store. Like, they gotta be wrong. It's gotta be money tied.
I'm hoping so, because I've been buying and selling back to them, just getting those bells.
Yeah.
I'm like, take all my money and just upgrade. And I don't know. I'm getting a little, like you said, it's bland. And then when you get the Able Sisters, and then you see how this Nook's Crannies, it really makes Nooks seem so much more, I don't know, basic. It's like you can get so much with Able Sisters, and now you're looking at Nook's Cranny like, I can't get anything here. Like, I might get a couch that pops up once a week or something.
No, you're right.
I'm getting like gas pumps and stuff. I'm like, I don't need that.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not, because here's the thing. Like, I'll decorate on the outside. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'll decorate on the outside, but it's nothing like I'm gonna do to the inside of my house. Like like I typically go all out for the inside of my house. Like, I theme different rooms and all that stuff. And it's like, it feels so lackadaisic right now in my house. Like, I feel this is so horrible right now.
Oh yeah. Mine's really bare right now. And then you see like time travelers posting and stuff, and all this stuff they have. I'm like, dude, you're killing me, because I'm like, if that's how you want to play, that's how you play. But this is how I do it, and I just want my stuff.
I'll be honest with you. This is probably the first time ever that time traveling has even come across my mind. Just because I'm like you said, you're seeing people so far advanced in what they have, and I'm like, I want to be there. Like, but I'm also like, I think time traveling never bothered me before because it wasn't in my face, and now it's in my face, and it's like, oh, this is painful, man. This hurts to see.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I definitely won't time travel, but it's not fun.
It's tempting. I won't, but it's tempting.
It is. It is. Especially when you're seeing them, like they got their upgraded Nooks already and all that stuff, and it's like, I want this so badly. Like, I want it so badly, and I can't have it. It's like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. What is something in the game? Like, if you could change something in the game, what would you change?
I feel like I might change, like a way to know if your tool's about to break. Like, don't just pop it on me. Just give me like a bar or something, like something that, or change how it looks. Something that makes it look a little busted. That I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need to bring another one along instead of constantly running back and forth.
Yeah. Because in all the other versions of Animal Crossing, your axe would kind of get a little beat up before it was going to break. Now, something I'm going to do a video about a bunch of different things in the future. Probably this weekend I'll put something together. But one of the things that I learned, I think the idea is like all the different things that I've learned from this game so far. And one of the things that I learned the other day was you can fix your tools. After you've done so much with your tools, if you go customize them, like change the color of them, it refreshes them, and they go right back to square one.
See, I thought of that.
Yeah, so it's almost like it's almost like repairing the tools. So it's something that you definitely like. I look at it and go like, this is not a bad idea. Like, let's fix it and it'll be okay.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that I want to do. Or
I haven't thought of that. Like, I look at. They say when you go into the customize options and it's like, would you like, and it has the little paintbrush above your tools. I'm like, why would I waste a customize kit to make this axe a different color? I'm like, but now if it fixes it, I can see that being a thing.
And there does become at some point a true customization on them, where like you could change the webbing on the nets and stuff like that. Like, that's the part that I'll definitely dive in and customize at that point, because then it becomes fun,
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. I love so much about this. I think the one thing that I'm really loving is the Nook Miles program.
Oh yeah, I love that.
What's some thoughts with that with you? Like, did you think you would like it the way it is now, or
when it started, when he like first says you can pay off with the Nook Miles, I'm like, oh my gosh, how bad is this going to get? Because I thought that's how it was going to be through the whole game. I thought everything was paid off by these things that you only get in tiny increments. I'm like, oh, I do not know about all this. But now that I go in, you can get the special stuff and the special DIYs like that. That's really cool. I'm feeling it, and I just wish it was a little less expensive for that ticket to go to an island, because I'm doing at least 2 to 3 a day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need something. Once you get like Nook Plus, that made life easier, where I was constantly I'm more annoyed in the game if my phone has a little icon in it than I am in real life. So I'm like, that's horrible, but in the game it's in my face, blinking at me. I'm like, stop. It's like, oh, I got 200 more Nook Miles for breaking rocks.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, honestly, that's what drives me, I think. I was a big man for the last year and a half or so. Like, I was big into playing Fortnite all the time, and that drove me going back. I haven't touched Fortnite in a couple weeks now at all. I haven't even looked at it, and that's the main thing. Like with this, is like, that's what drives me to come back every day. Let's go back. Let's do something different. And so I don't know. We'll see. What's go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I'm a sucker for like achievements, advancements,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives me. I'm competitive, so I want to compete against myself and
Mm-hmm.
see how long it takes me to get this next
Yeah.
level of my Nook Miles,
Yeah.
like stamped off. So I'm like, it gives me something to look forward to and something to strive for, and it feels
Mm-hmm.
like everything I do in this game makes me feel so accomplished,
Yeah.
rather than I went and I watered my flowers today, I dug up, but I'm like, oh, there's nothing really else for me to do right now. Now I feel like there's constantly something, and
Yeah.
it gives me like the sense of achievement back.
Yeah. Okay. So there's something that's taking place in this game that I think a lot of people, newcomers, don't necessarily bother them that much. But I think I don't want to say old people, old players like you and I, something that's bothering or upsetting a little bit is the NPCs that are gone. Like there's a lot of them that are missing right now.
Oh, I know.
How do you feel about the new characters coming in, between like CJ and Flick and Daisy May, and then like the other characters kind of disappearing? Like, how do you feel about all this?
I'm missing Brewster. I miss I need that. He was one of my stops that had
Mhm.
no sense in me stopping there every day to talk to him, but it was like a little thing. It was my routine. I would go talk to Brewster, and he'd be like blah and whatever, and I'd be like, okay, nice seeing you, bye. Like, I miss him, and I'm glad that KK's coming. He takes a little bit of work, but he's coming.
Yeah.
I I don't know, I like the catching the bugs for Flick. I'm really liking Flick and CJ, and that's really cool. But I'm like, it's a little like Daisy May. Like, where's your grandma?
Yeah, like I don't want you. You get out of here. Yeah, like I don't want you here. Like take your snot, take your nose, and get out of here, man. Like
I like, okay, she's cute with that snot nose.
I can't. I see that, and I'm like, all right, I bought my turnips. Get away from me now. Go walk away. Leave me alone. Do you mess with the turnips in this game, or what's your thoughts with that?
In this game, I was really regretting it because like she gave her whole spiel, and I was patient. I was like, "You talk, little girl. That's cute. Give me your whole thing." But then she's like, "Do you want to buy any?" I'm like, "No, goodbye." I walked away, and then I saw how much people, because I'm introverted so much that it relates even into games. So like that one time I played with you and Newly, that was like a rarity. It doesn't happen. I don't go into everybody's worlds and stuff, and I'm seeing everybody posting online like turnips are selling for this. I opened my gates, come see me. I'm like, oh man, I missed out here. I should have bought up a ton of turnips.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna offer you a personal invitation. Join. I don't know if you're part of. I don't think you're part of our Discord, but if you have Discord, jump in. Seriously, these guys go bananas every day, posting their prices. Some of the greatest people I've ever played with. Like literally, that's all they do is just strive to help each other. And like we have different things of like fossil trading groups, or we have a channel for fossil trading, recipe trading, so all this stuff, and it's really nice to see the community come together the way they have with this game. They've basically taken the Discord over. It's crazy because people will talk about, hey, I'm gonna play Doom today, and they're like, what's Doom? Like, we don't know what Doom is. Like, it's amazing. I love it. My friend Sean Capri, who we have like Patreon together. We share the Discord together and all that stuff, and we do a lot of shows together. We do a couple of Nintendo together, and I'm like, I feel a little bad for him because he's really huge in Xbox, and he does a lot of Xbox stuff, and I'm like, you guys are kind of getting pushed into the corner a little bit right now, but it's okay. I'm okay with that.
You're like, whatever.
Yeah. It's finally my time, Sean. It's my time to rise from the ashes and show.
That cup
Exactly. But yeah, so the thing is with me is I've always kind of dabbled a little bit with turnips, but nothing ever really did well. And like I said, this past week I bought like 100,000 bells worth of turnips, sold them for 379 bells a piece. So I made like 500,000 bells, something like that. And I was loving it. I was like, this is amazing, So, and then there was a couple of people that were like selling for 600 a piece. I was like, oh my god! But I was working. I couldn't get in. I was like, this is terrible. Like, why can't I be quarantined now, man? I mean, like,
I mean, that's the only one of the few things that I'm like, quarantine is fine. I haven't left my house in forever, but I got my Animal Crossing, so what else do I need?
The crazy thing is, and people say this is very, very like basic what people are saying, but like this is the perfect game. Like Nintendo hit this at the like, it isn't like they predicted this was gonna happen, but like it's crazy that like a year ago, almost a year ago, they announced when New Horizons is coming. They announced the delay. Everybody's kind of like bummed that it's being delayed, and now it's like, oh wait a minute, this is amazing. Thank you, Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, it was worth.
Yeah, it was like this worked out perfectly.
Oh, I know, and it's really good because it's got all. It is a game about enjoying like little moments and stuff, and I'm cool with it, and I like walking around my town, seeing my villagers doing their thing and singing and working out, and I walked around this corner the other day towards my house, and I saw in my hybrids was one of my favorite villagers just sitting there by the river reading her book, and then every once in a while she'd stand up and smell a rose and sit back down and read her book. I'm like, oh my gosh, my heart can't handle this. This is too cute. I'm like, and it's just the little things. Like, there was no reason for that to bring me joy, but it did.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, is that not amazing to watch the characters actually do stuff in this game? Not so much like just, occasionally you'd see them sitting on a rock, or occasionally you'd see them with a net, and like compared to like the GameCube where they did nothing at all.
Oh no.
And like this is like, oh wait a minute, like you had to actually go interact with the GameCube. Where this one, like, they'll chase you down.
Oh yeah, they're running at me.
Yeah.
Toast, I brought you something. Yeah. I'm like, well, thank you.
And it's like, I always talk about, I have one Sherb, he's a goat, and it never fails. This dude will literally be sitting with, I say it's beer, but these guys can say whatever they want to say, but I'm like, he's sitting by a pond drinking beer, or he's sitting under a tree. The one day he's walking around with a can, and I'm like, I'm telling you, he's drinking. They're like, no, he's not. No, he's not. And he literally then walks over to a tree, sits down, and falls asleep. I'm like, he's drunk. Like, he passed out.
It's like it's art imitating life. You walk around your neighborhood, there's gonna be that guy.
Exactly, and he's that guy. Sherp's that old man that gets lit up, man.
Oh yeah, I love the villagers. I love how interactive they are and everything they're doing. I like that I can go to their house, and if they're walking around and clean, they're always cleaning. They're always brooming outside, or they're cleaning their little house. And I come in and they're like doing DIY. So I'm like, I'm gonna get a new recipe out of this. And I like everything that's coming with them now, and it feels a lot. I don't know. I feels just like it's complete. Like this game's really leveled up.
Yeah.
It's well surpassed my expectations of what I wanted out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you 110%. Real quick before we wrap up, final thing I want to throw at you. What is, now that you've spent a little bit of time with the game, is there anything that Nintendo could throw at this thing, DLC-wise, that would make you go, here's my money, take it?
Anything. Literally anything. It could be something stupid, like here's an extra pocket, and I'd be like, give it to me. Like, how much? 15, 20?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm for anything else they want to give us on this.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to figure out like what the recipes would be one. Like I would be all about buying recipes. Because I am really enjoying the crafting per se. And
the customizing comes with it.
Yeah, man. Like I wouldn't mind that, because that's the thing I think about. I'm like, when do we hit that wall? When do we hit that wall where like everything's repetitive? Like I just want more stuff. Like even the limited stuff we have now. I'm like, give me more. Like I'm okay buying stuff and then having to, like, I'm okay going into Nook Miles buying things. And that's just basically you're buying recipes and you have to go craft it. Like, I'm okay with that. That's fun to me. But I definitely want this game to continue in that aspect where we get upgrades.
It's a good point, like a good base point where it could grow and it has room to grow and evolve a little bit. And I'm really hoping they do something with that. And it's not just, this was your game. We took an extra year and this is what you got because we got the extra time in, but this is it.
Yeah,
like I'm really hoping they add to it a little bit.
I hope so too. And I mean, look, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, they got to do it now because I'm bored. No, not at all, not at all. I mean, some of these time travelers might be getting bored, but not me, man. I am loving life, man. This is the greatest thing ever. Toast, thank you for coming on today.
Yeah.
This was an absolute pleasure. Real quickly before we wrap it up, let everybody know where they can find you at, where they can follow you at, all that stuff.
On what, Twitch, or on Twitch, what is this? YouTube. YouTube, on Instagram, on any platform. Facebook, I've got a Facebook. I need to work on the page a little bit, but everything is ToastPlaysStuff. Everything is ToastPlaysStuff.
It's very. Listen, I like the name. I really do like the name. ToastPlaysStuff. It's like, what do you play? Stuff. It's all good.
Stuff. Like everything. I play a little bit of stuff, you know.
Thank you for coming on. It was an absolute pleasure. And,
I love it.
And for everybody who wants to follow me, Instagram, Twitter, also on Twitch at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.